Good morning, second graders. It's me, Lego Man, and welcome to our technology class. Guess what? We're starting something new today. I think you guys are going to have a lot of fun with this. This is some of my most favorite lessons ever because you know why? Learning about computer coding is like learning about Legos. You have to follow step by step by step by step by step until you build a Lego masterpiece. All right, let me get Mrs. Erica. Good morning. Hello, second graders. Welcome to our technology class. This is week 29 in Lego Man's Right. We are starting something new today. And so let me just tell you in the beginning, so we're done with our third quarter now. So everything is done. If you did your work, you did your typing, you did everything every week, you probably got 100. If you did not, then you probably got an incomplete. And that's really up to you guys, right? I know everybody has devices at home that they can do their typing, and all of our assignments have been worksheets, so you can easily send them back in. And even I know you might say, oh, but my mom didn't tell me. Well, I told you. And so that means you need to remember. And when you're at home, you do it, right? So this is a new quarter. Today, there will be no homework. We're just going to do our lesson just to introduce our new topic. And then when we get back from the break in April, we will start our lessons. And all of these lessons I'm going to show you guys are going to be inside of code.org. This is an online coding program. So everybody will get their own account. Just like you have your own typing account, you will get your own computer coding account on code.org. Okay, so today we're going to introduce to the topic of computer science, coding, and algorithms. And you might remember this from first grade and kindergarten because we started learning about this all the way back in kindergarten when you guys were so little. And now I can't believe you guys are going into third grade. Time really needs to slow down, right? Okay, so what you will need, and I will give you guys a few minutes, you will need a blank piece of paper. So you could tear out a piece from a notebook. It's okay if it has lines on it, or if you have a plain piece of paper, whatever you have. Everybody can have a piece of paper, please. And then something like a pencil or a crayon, just something that you can draw with. Because at the end of the lesson, we are going to be doing a fun activity. So you will need a piece of paper to do the activity. And I know that I won't be able to see the activity, but you'll be able to see it. And so that'll be fun for you, right? So it's been kind of sad this year with technology class, very, very sad, having to do just videos and not really being able to see you guys in any way or interact in any way. But I suppose that was the best that we were able to do, right? So at least you guys got to watch the videos. So let's see. Computer science. What is computer science? So you might remember this because we have learned about it in the past, but computer science is really the secret behind how everything inside of a computer works. It's learning about the brains of the computer. And how do computers know what to do, right? And this is really what computer science is. Just like any other science, just like some of you guys might be learning about science where you study about the human body, or maybe you study about the earth. Well, computer science is studying about computers. How do they work? How do we talk to them? How do they know what to do, right? How do they know how to build Legos? Well, I don't know if they do know how to build Legos. So we're going to talk now about computer science in all the different places in your house, just to get you guys to really start seeing that computer science is everywhere. So let's think about your living room. How many of you have a TV in your living room? Me, I do. We have one of those smart TVs. It's not as smart as me, but it is smarter than than a Lego. Well, some Legos, but not me, of course, because I'm Lego Man. Oh, yeah. And you know what? Smart TVs, they probably have Netflix and YouTube. And guess what? That's computer science.
Somebody had to make that computer and put a computer chip in there so that way you could be able to tell it what to do, right? How many kids have a Nintendo Switch at their house?
Me. And I have all the Lego games for the Nintendo Switch. Of course I do. And I also have Animal Crossing on the Nintendo Switch. And I made a Lego Animal Island.
Oh, that's fun. And guess what? The people who made the Nintendo Switch, they needed to know about computer science. They had to put the computer in there and tell it what to do and make all the fun games for it. And that's all part of computer science. Let's go to a different room in the house. Your kitchen. I bet a lot of you never even think about this, but how many of you have a microwave at your house? How many kids have a microwave?
Me. We have a microwave. We microwave Lego dinners, microwavable Lego dinners. Usually like Legos with mashed potatoes, Legos with green beans.
You have Lego microwavable meals. Well, guess what? If you have a microwave at your house, that's computer science. Because microwaves have little computers in them. And whenever you press the buttons, guess what? It knows what to do, right? How many of you have a stove or a dishwasher, right? Do you have a dishwasher, Lego man?
Of course I do. We have to put all of our Lego dishes in there. I don't have time to waste washing dishes. I have to put it in the Lego dishwasher.
Yeah. And all of these machines have little computers in them that help them to know what to do, right? What about when you travel every day? Like how many of you drive in your car to school? Anybody?
I drive in the Lego car and it has all kinds of Lego technology in there. Like it knows the right direction. It has a GPS.
Yeah, and a lot of cars have a lot of technology in them that help them to know what to do. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry, I'm yawning. And so cars, yes, that's computer science, and trains and planes, all of them have computers in them that help the people who operate them know all sorts of things to keep everybody safe, right? Like when you're flying on an airplane, they have to know exactly how high to fly, how long they're going to be flying for, the best way to land, and computer science helps them to know that. Oh, I bet if I asked how many kids have an iPad at home, probably every kid is raising their hand, right? Raise your hand if you have an iPad at home.
I have an iPad at home and I like to watch Lego videos on YouTube.
Yeah, so you have an iPad and you like to watch videos on there. And some of you guys like to play on your parents' phones. And so we have a lot of devices with different apps on them, and that's all computer science. So computer science, it really is everywhere, in like every room of our house, pretty much. So computer science helps us to solve problems. Like when you think about the dishwasher, what problem does that help us solve?
Well, I think it helps us solve the problem of that nobody wants to wash the dishes, so they just put it in the dishwasher.
Yeah, and what about the Nintendo Switch? What problem does that help us solve?
Like when we want to do something fun and we don't know what to do, it entertains us.
Yeah, it's like entertainment. So computer science can help us to solve problems and to be able to do everyday activities and tasks and things like dishwashing in the dishwasher. So what are some ways that you use computer science in your daily life? What do you think? How do you use it, Lego Man?
Well, I use the iPad and I like to watch Lego videos. What else do I like to do? There's a lot of things I like to do, but I think I like to solve problems. I like to build things, and I feel like thinking about solving problems is using computer science.
Yeah, definitely. And we're going to be doing that with our coding lessons. So computer science can help us solve problems, but coding is how it all happens. And when we talk about coding, we are talking about learning the language of computers. And how do you learn the language of computers? There's hundreds of computer languages. Some of your parents might work as a computer programmer, or maybe they work in software or some other technology field. And there's hundreds of computer programming languages. But the language we are going to be learning in second grade is the Blockly language. And you might remember that, all the little blocks that we put together. We will be doing that again, except it'll be more challenging because you guys are older. And it's a lot of fun for you guys to be able to learn how to speak the Blockly language and tell the computer what to do, right? So what is coding? Coding is giving step-by-step instructions to someone or something like a computer, right? So like, for example, we're going to look at some examples right now of coding, of giving step-by-step. If you were to give Lego Man directions to your classroom. So right now we're on the second floor in the technology room. Lego Man, how in the world could you get to the second grade classroom?
Well, first I need to open up the door to the technology room, and I need to go out into the hallway, and I need to turn right. And then there's a stairs, and I need to go up the stairs. And then when I get to the top of the stairs, I need to turn left. And then the second grade classroom is on the left-hand side, the first door. And so that's how I could get to the second grade classroom. But I needed the step-by-step, the right directions, which floor. Otherwise, I would never be able to get there.
Yeah, right? Because if I just said, oh yeah, just go up to the third floor, but I didn't tell you how to get to the third floor or which classroom it was on the third floor, then you would never know, right? Or what about teaching somebody how to brush their teeth? Now give them the steps.
Well, of course, you need to take out your toothbrush first and then put toothpaste on it. And then you can brush your teeth and rinse your mouth out.
Yeah, and you have to follow the steps, right? Like if I didn't put toothpaste on my toothbrush, what would happen?
Stinky breath! No one's going to want to talk to you, Mrs. Erica, if you don't put toothpaste on your toothbrush.
Yeah, you're right. Or what if I was baking a cake and I didn't turn the oven on? Could you imagine?
You would be baking and baking and baking and wondering why the cake is taking 7 million hours to bake because you didn't turn the oven on.
Yeah. Or what if I was trying to drive over to the school, but I didn't put the keys in the car and turn it on?
You wouldn't be here doing the video right now because you would still be sitting in your car and going nowhere.
Yeah. So every step is very important in coding, right? And that's the same thing when we're working with computers. And the entire code is called an algorithm. And an algorithm is the list of steps that we follow to complete the task. So it's an algorithm. So can everybody say the word algorithm?
Algorithm. I sound so sophisticated. Algorithm, 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 algorithm.
Oh my goodness. I don't think we could say that word a lot of times very fast. So let's watch this video, okay? It's going to talk about algorithms for you guys.
You may have heard the term algorithm recently, whether it was online or maybe in some conversation about technology. It's a word that gets thrown around a lot, but what exactly does it mean? Well, simply put, an algorithm is a set of steps used to complete a specific task. They're the building blocks for programming, and they allow things like computers, smartphones, and websites to function and make decisions. But in addition to being used by technology, a lot of things we do on a daily basis are also similar to algorithms. Let's say you want to make some spaghetti. In order to do this successfully, there's a certain set of steps you need to follow in a particular order. First, you need to boil a pot of water. Once it's boiling, you then add the spaghetti and cook it for a set amount of time, stirring occasionally. Once it's finished, you drain the water and then it's ready to be served with a sauce of your choice. That entire process is actually an algorithm. Because you followed those steps in that order, you reached your desired outcome, a delicious pasta dish. But if you were to make a mistake, say over or undercooking your noodles, it probably wouldn't be as good. programs work in a similar way. Their code is made up of algorithms telling them what to do. Let's say that we want to use a navigation app to get directions. When we punch in a destination, the app uses an algorithm to look at the various available routes. Next, it uses a different algorithm to check the current traffic. And then a third one takes that information and calculates the best available route. All of these algorithms are built right into the app's code. If there were any kind of error in that code, the app wouldn't be able to follow these algorithms correctly, meaning you wouldn't receive your directions. Both of these examples show how both humans and computers can use algorithms to perform everyday tasks. The difference is that computers can use algorithms and calculate things better, faster, and more efficiently than we can. Technology is only going to continue to evolve and get even better at what it does. As long as coding and programming continue to be used, algorithms will be at the heart of these technologies, guiding what they do and how they do it.
Okay, so hopefully that was helping you guys understand what an algorithm is. So we are going to do a little activity now. So this is where you need your piece of paper. Are you ready, Littleman?
Yeah, I think they're going to have a lot of fun with this.
Yeah, me too. So we are going to use an algorithm, so a list of steps, to create a new character named Mizzy Muggs, okay? So the only thing is, you will not be seeing a picture of Mizzy Muggs. I will be saying steps to you, and you will be following along and drawing on your paper. And then at the end, I will show you the picture of Mizzy Muggs, and we will see if your picture matches the picture of Mizzy Muggs. Okay? All right, so everybody take out your paper. Remember, you could use any paper. It's totally fine. If you have paper with lines, not lines, whatever, just take a piece of paper and pencil, crayon, anything. It really doesn't matter. Okay, so here is step 1 in our algorithm. Draw a circle body. So everybody go ahead, take a few minutes, draw a circle body. So go ahead and do that.
Draw a circle body. Make sure you guys are doing it correctly. This is step 1 in the algorithm for Mizzy Muggs.
Yes, that is step 1 in the algorithm. Draw a circle body. Okay, we're going to move on to step 2 now. Step 2, add 2 eyes and 1 mouth. So go ahead, everybody, add 2 eyes and 1 mouth.
Add 2 eyes and 1 mouth. Mrs. Erica, I can't believe we're not going to be able to see the pictures.
I know, it's all right, don't worry, Lego Man. All right, so everybody add 2 eyes and 1 mouth. All right. Ready for step 3 in our algorithm? Add a crown. Add a crown.
Make sure it's a Lego crown.
It doesn't say that.
But of course it should be a Lego crown because Lego crowns are the best crown in the whole world.
Add a crown, that's step 3. Take a minute. I'm going to move to step 4 in a moment. Step 4 of our algorithm. Draw 4 legs. Draw 4 legs. That's step 4 of our algorithm. Okay, so that was the final step. Do you want to see what Mizzy Muggs really looks like and see if your picture matches Mizzy Muggs?
I do. I want to see if their picture matches what real Mizzy Muggs looks like.
Okay, let's see what the real Mizzy Muggs looks like. Ready?
Ah, there's Mizzy Muggs!
Oh my goodness! Okay, hold up your pictures. I wonder if your picture looks like Mizzy Muggs. Now, here's a couple of things that I have a feeling do not look the same as Mizzy Muggs. The size of your circle. of your body. I didn't tell you how big of a circle to make it. So I bet some of you guys probably have like a giant one. Some of you have a little one. The eyes, I didn't tell you to make circle eyes. So some of you may have did some different shapes. I also didn't tell you where on the body to put the eyes. The mouth, I didn't tell everybody to make a square mouth. So you may have done a circle mouth. You may have done kind of like one of those U mouths. So I don't know. For the crown, again, I bet it doesn't look like this because why? Because I didn't tell you the exact shape of the crown, how to do it. And some of you, I bet you have the 4 legs, but did you know that you were supposed to put blue sneakers on each of them? I bet you didn't know that. So when we take a look at the algorithm that I created, we know that it is missing a lot of detail, right? Because I bet that your algorithms do not look exactly the same as this picture of Mizzy Mugs. And so that means that you really have to stop and say, how could we add to each of the steps to make the picture of Mizzy Mugs come out closer to the actual picture that's here? And so that's, when you think about it, that's really what computer science is when we are using the computer language to tell the computer what to do. We have to really think about, will these steps really do what I want the computer to do? Will the computer understand them? And sometimes we make a mistake. Sometimes we're missing details. And so we have to really stop and say, how can I make sure that this is correct, that the computer is really going to know what to do? And so that's really for you guys to start thinking about as we are working with computer science. And I want to show you guys the website. So hang on one second. Okay, so everybody, 2nd graders are going to be doing course C in code.org. Lesson 1, we already did, putting a stop to online meanness. Lesson 2, we've already talked about keeping passwords safe, so we're going to be skipping those 2. Lesson 3 is an algorithm activity. We may end up skipping this because it's something that we have to you'd have to do this together as a group. So we probably are going to be starting with lesson 4, which is programming with Angry Birds. So you may have heard of the game Angry Birds before.
Why couldn't you choose the Lego game? Why is it Angry Birds? I like the Lego game better.
It's the Angry Birds game, Mr. Lego Man. And just to show you guys what it looks like, just to remind you, but we have all of our blocks here. So these are our blocks, and that's our language, is Blockly. And so whenever I connect blocks to the orange block, and then I press the run button, it will do all of these blocks. It'll do it here in the little game. And so we're going to be having a lot of these puzzles where we're trying to get the bird to a certain place. And we have to think about how many times does the bird need to move forward, right? And then we have to connect all the blocks. And the coolest part about it is there really is real code under this. It's called JavaScript. That's a real coding language. And we really, behind every block is a real coding language. And so it's pretty cool because you guys are getting to learn some real coding. And so we're going to be going through, I wanted to show you guys how many lessons there are, just so you have an idea. So there's lesson 4. We're learning about debugging. That's looking for problems and mistakes and fixing them. We're going to be creating some art. We're going to be learning about binary, so that'll be fun. Learning about loops. We'll even be doing some Minecraft too. A Flappy Bird game. And then we will be ending, if hopefully, so there's 18 lessons, well, really 14. I don't know if we will get through all of them. It really will depend on whether or not you guys are keeping up with the code. So every week, I will come on and I'll make a video and I will do all the code in the video. And then you'll have to go into your account and you're going to do it yourself. And then I'll check and I'll see. And if everybody's keeping up and they're doing a really good job, we probably could maybe make it to the last end of the course project where you get to actually make something yourself in the Play Lab. And that's a lot of fun. Coding is a lot of fun. It's kind of like a game. But again, you have to really keep up every week. So this is part of being responsible. You're going to be third graders. You have to maybe write it in your notebook. If you have a homework notebook, write down technology homework or coding homework. And then that way, every week you can remember to do it. Okay. And so I'm going to be emailing out your accounts when we get back from the break, and everybody will get their own account. So it'll look just like this, except it'll be your own. And then you'll be able to go in and do all of your coding, and it'll save it in there. So that's what that's what we're going to be doing when we get back from the break. And hopefully you have a better understanding about computer science and algorithms through the lesson that we did today. Okay, guys? So we will see you when we get back from our break. All right?
Bye, guys. Happy Easter. See you guys next time.